12 News at 10 is back with developing details surrounding an East Valley superintendent accused of stealing and embezzlement.
Tonight, parents are demanding answers from the school board. Team 12's Bianca Bono is live from Mesa. And Bianca, just how heated did things get out there tonight?
Well, Mark and Caribe, as you can imagine, very heated because we're talking about the state's largest school district. Parents and teachers showed up to this meeting with lots of questions, many of which were not answered.
I'm upset, I'm really angry.
Joanne Hathaway, one of dozens packed into Tuesday's Mesa Public Schools board meeting. She's a teacher in the district.
I'm disappointed in the superintendent that I feel that she has damaged relationships beyond repair.
She's talking about Ember Conley, who, according to a district spokesperson, is in the process of getting fired. The board still not saying why or commenting on her severance settlement, which could be more than $500,000.
The district does not, however, comment on pending personnel matters.
In light of controversy with Conley, there's been scrutiny surrounding spending after her executive team all each received a $22,000 bump in pay, among other perks, earlier this year. A criminal complaint filed with the Attorney General's office alleges Conley committed theft and embezzlement, saying she gave raises and bonuses to top administrators that were higher than those approved by the board. During Tuesday's board meeting, the board president disputing part of that complaint.
It is actually not bonuses. Every year we look at an increase as a result of inflation.
I just feel like we didn't get the answers that we all deserve.
And though the board didn't comment on many of those community concerns, they did seem receptive and hopeful that they can answer some of those questions moving forward. For now, we're live in Mesa. Bianca Bono, 12 News at 10.
Bianca, thank you.